Hi, I'm Gigi. So I solo travel a lot of countries and always my friends. I like chatting travel topics with my friends. Today I'm just gonna share what I learned during this 7 years of solo travel. So I started solo travel because of my summer school exchange in Berlin. It was like a 3 weeks course, but then I kind of have 2 months ish to Europe, and it's first time for me to go to Europe. And after I finished my course, I actually didn't get along with the exchange student. Like I didn't be friends with them. So I'm not forced. I need to do the solo travel. And for the solo travel, I do like a weekend trip from Berlin, taking a night bus to Poland, Warsaw, and like just putting myself into uncertainty and be aware of the theft and all that stuff. And I think it kinds of makes me a lot more risk taking and also learning things that how to adjust. And the number one thing of solo travels makes you realize, does it really worth it? Do you really want it? Um, Put it into an itinerary schedule. So I recently went to Japan again, and then original plan was to go to skiing in the morning, then like Tochigi, Wisteria for the afternoon. But now look at the live camera and the website. The weather's really bad. It's not. Is there's no the sky's gray and it's raining, it's windy. I'm like I give up. I'm not going to do the skiing. I'll do it next time. And then I just put that morning time into eating McDonald's in the Tokyo cafe. And it is that when you do more solo travel, it's easier for you to do traveling again because you don't need to wait for people. You don't need to compromise and all the stuff. So you just need to be responsible for yourself, and you have to decide whether you want to go for something or not. And I think that's something that you can learn from solo travel because sometimes you feel like, oh, I really want to go this place. It's so pretty. It's like magnificent. I really want to go. But then when you think about your body condition or like the weather, you're like, I'll give it up. Maybe I can do it next time, and it's okay. You understand whether things really important, and then as well as you can allow yourself to decide whether to go or not. The second thing I kind of learned is to pay attention to details. I because I solo traveled too much last year, I made some mistakes. I got rejected for Vietnam entry and all. I overstayed in Thailand because the Vietnam one because I thought I got a BNO passport. BNO passport equals to UK passport equals to I don't need a visa in Vietnam, but actually BNO visa needs a visa. So I got rejected, and they also closed down the visa on arrival. So I'm like illegally entering, and I just need to buy the flight ticket right on the time. The number three thing is asking people for help is a lot easier than doing it yourself. While I'm solo traveling, there's a lot of time I don't have a cameraman for me. So what I need to do is like talking to the passerby, asking them to do me a favor, help me take a few photos. And sometimes people are really helpful. People are willing to help. I've asked people from Tirana, like when I was traveling in Tirana, Japan, Korea, and all stuff, and people generally will be helping you. I don't have a cameraman, and even though the photos might not be a good quality, I'll just ask a few more people, and it forced me to start looking for helps from somebody I never knew before. I think it kinds of helped that it like when I don't know where to go for the map, instead of looking at the Google map, I just asked the people, it's like, sorry, is this way going to the station or not? A lot easier. And you kind of have that chance to talk to the locals. It's like, for me, it's like, 사진 주세요, or like, 사진 주세요, or like, 가본 가, all those stuff. And
you kind of use the local language only when you need their help. I kind of feel like it's a very nice thing that solo travels give you the chance to practice asking for help and also local language and getting information. So the number four thing, it's about thinking, dealing with loneliness. So dealing with loneliness is I'm not like it's not a meditation thing, not a dating advice or whatever, but when you are taking all your schedules in your hand and you don't have someone to talk to and share, oh, this place so pretty or whatever, you keep your emotions to yourself. And if that solo travel kind of extended, sometimes you feel alone, which you are alone. You don't have somebody to share the meal with you. You don't have somebody to talk with you. You just, for me, I just put on a headphone and walk and look at them and take photos, right? But then slowly you feel like, oh, I kind of want people to share this thing with me. For me, my kind of method is posted on Instagram so that like my friends and family can see what's going on. Like there's a beautiful place here in the earth. But then I also changed my mindset a bit. For this time of solo travel, I've joined some online events. Instead of me walking alone, I start approaching people. Solo travel makes me be more open minded, and I chat with people. I'm like, hey, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Blah blah blah, and you kind of exchange. And I started to be like, I really remember I chat with hostel staff in Tirana. I was just pretty chill that day, and like we just start talking. It's a lot easier to do the communications. Sometimes loneliness, you can choose whether you wanna like. I'm okay with staying with myself as well, but then you can also choose whether you want to keep being alone, just like listening to headphones and do all your schedules, or you can seek out for more interactions with people. People when because some of the people I talk to, they're like, oh, are you solo traveling? You're so cool. Like from Asians, right? Like the Asian travel usually in group or with friends or and stuff. And I'm like, nah, it's fine. Although I solo travel, doesn't mean that I'm always alone. Maybe like nighttime, I'll join some bars or like events. Daytime, if I join some walking tours, there's a group of people as well. So you don't feel there is loneliness. It's just whether you choose to do things at your own, on your own, or you want to do things with a group of people, right? So I think that's something I learned. A lot of research, doing research, managing conflicts. I don't have much conflicts actually. I don't go to bars too much. I think it's learning ways to use the internet like Google Translate to translate the local language, or like finding shortcuts in case you really need to get on a flight. I start negotiating like, hey, my flight is going to board. This is a long queue. Can I do the shortcut and all stuff? So it's like forcing me to be creative about some problems I faced and how to resolve it. Cause in Italy, I almost lost my flight from Rome to Croatia. I arrived at the airport like 2 hours before the flight, but then the Terminal E of Ryanair is like crazy. It's like long walk, and then the custody poorly maintenance. So there's only two staff handling more than 400 of tourists, and then like one or two in the EU lane. But I asked the staff like, hey, can I cut my flight since coming in 45 minutes? They're like, no, 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 no. I keep getting rejections. I've asked people. I've asked my grandma. I was like, sorry, can I get your stand before you so that I can cut the lane short? She was like, no. And then you kind of learn why these people reject my request. It's because they want to get on board as well, and that they want to keep that system. And then I kind of pray to God, and then I think like maybe I should ask somebody else so that I can get on a flight. I don't want to miss my flight. I don't want to screw up my whole itinerary, right? I become flexible. I ran to the EU lane and I asked her like, hey, sorry, can I get a quick emergency pass through? My flight is leaving in 20 minutes, right? The staff there, which have more empathy and also vacancy time to handle me, helped me to get an express line so I can like skip through the queue and get on my flight. But at the same time, actually later on I heard that if the flight customers didn't get on board, the flight is eligible to wait for the passengers. It's just be flexible, but at the same time chill, because if you couldn't make it, you can just buy another flight. It's just not an amount of money, but it doesn't mean the end of the world. So I think solo travels kind of makes me a lot more chill. That everything is solvable, and if you can't get to the destination today, it's fine. Just change your plan, and then you'll visit that destination maybe next day or like next month or stuff like that. I think that's what solo travel taught me.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll share more travel contents. Follow me if you're interested. Thank you.